Okay, folks, we're back. Got another super interesting one. I love when we cover companies, startups from countries outside of the U.S. It's just a reminder that there's startup ecosystems around the world, and this time we're going to cover a company from Copenhagen, Denmark, and I'll be honest, I've been a little surprised just doing this as long as I have, which hasn't been very long, how many companies from the Scandinavian area that are out there. So it just tells you how vibrant the startup communities up there must be, which is pretty cool. So I've learned something. Anyway, this time I'm going to cover a company called Spektr, Spektr. So they got a cool intentional misspelling. So not sure what that means, but anyway, that's what it is. Spektr.com with the same misspelling. And this company is in, I think, a really good area. What they do is they automate compliance tasks. And if you own a business, if you work at a corporation, you're familiar, you must have some idea of how many regulatory compliance asks there are. I work in a very heavily regulated area, financial services, for my day job, and the amount of asks we get from all kinds of players and things that we have to meet are massive. So if you could make the company's resources more efficient, absolutely, that's an attractive proposition. So yeah, and the pain point obviously is meeting compliance, all the massive number of compliance tasks for businesses, for enterprises. So yeah, definitely an area worth getting into. I'm not surprised at all that they were able to raise a decent amount of money for a seed round, which is 5 million euros. Not surprised at all. Like, you could make a fortune if you have a, proven product. That being said, while 5 million euros is, I'm thinking of it kind of on the cusp. I'm not sure if they have product market fit or not, but they have a number of sponsors, a number of VCs have jumped into this. I'm not familiar with these names. Maybe somebody else can chime in and tell me whether these are credible. But they got multiple VCs and they raised 5 million euros. So while they may not have product market fit yet, they're in an area that was obviously very appealing. So the VCs, the leaders are Northzone, Seed Camp, and Pre-Seed Ventures. Since this is a seed round, I kind of laughed at the Pre-Seed Ventures being one of the funders in the seed round. But hey, maybe that's just me. I thought it was funny. Anyway, yeah, seed round, I mentioned that. Total funding, I didn't see anything mentioned, but I'm going to assume they must have raised money before this. You don't just jump in and get 5 million euros. So information wasn't available, but I'm assuming they must have raised some angel funding, pre-seed, whatever. Moat is going to be their patents whenever they get them. When they get product market fit or whatever it is, if they don't have them, they will have to get them, and that will be their moat. Because a lot of people would want to jump into this. Speaking of that, I don't know specifically what competitors they might have. Sorry about that. But I'm going to assume, at least in part, there's got to be established players who are trying to help businesses be more efficient with compliance tasks. I'm just not aware of them. So yeah, they're going to need patents to make sure, because people want to jump into this one way or another once their technology is proven. Okay, and the market size, and again, this is going to tie back to why people want to jump in. It is almost unlimited. The trend is, obviously, even in capitalist economies, there's a lot of regulations and a lot of compliance tasks that all companies, have to meet. So, and that trend is, it's not going to get any easier. I can't imagine, government suddenly deciding, yeah, we're going to cut back by 50% on our compliance asks. I don't think it's going to happen. So, the market is potentially huge and, growing. So companies have to spend on this. They don't have a choice. They have to meet or they'll be out of business. So good idea if it works. Again, I think it seems like they're waiting on product market fit. But once they get that, they could literally print money. So I wish Spektr luck if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I hope they have a lot of success. All right, so that's it for this time. I hope that was useful. If you're getting something out of these, videos, by all means, subscribe. Would love to have you. Chime in the comments and like the video. Blah blah blah. You know the routine. Thanks much. We'll see you next time.